One of the most common questions that I get on this channel is about watching series in English. People ask what are some good series to learn English, whether they should use subtitles and in what language, what they should do if they don't understand certain phrases or words, among other questions. So in today's video, we're going to be answering them. The first question is, how can I improve my language skills by watching series? Watching TV shows and movies in English can help you to learn vocabulary and to improve your comprehension. You can learn how words are pronounced as well. In the end, the more hours you are immersed in a language, the more you are going to learn. People often ask what are some good series to learn English, and it mostly depends on what you like in your native language. For example, if you like science fiction films in your native language, but you don't like romantic comedies, I'm not going to recommend you watch romantic comedies because you will probably watch one film and then you'll stop watching series or films in English because you're not interested in them. So the idea is to find a movie or a series that you enjoy normally and then watch it in English. I always recommend sitcoms. Sitcoms are comedy shows like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, or The Big Bang Theory, and the events normally occur in the same place. So in Friends, they are always at their house or at the cafe called Central Perk. I think that they are a good way to learn the language because it's day-to-day life. Like in Friends, they talk about their job, their relationships, or their friendships. So the vocabulary that they use is more day-to-day, daily life vocabulary. But if you chose a series which was about a hospital or doctors, then the vocabulary that they use is much more difficult, and maybe even I wouldn't understand the words that they are saying. So the idea is that you choose a series that you like and maybe get into the habit of watching it every day from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock in the evening before you go to bed. And that way you look forward to it and it doesn't feel like homework. It doesn't feel like a chore. The next question is, should I use subtitles? And if so, in which language? I speak a few languages, and when I was learning the other languages and I watched series, it was too confusing for me to have the series in one language and the subtitles in my native language, which is English. It was so confusing and I didn't understand what they were saying and it was too confusing. So I always recommend putting the subtitles in English if you are learning English. And maybe if you don't understand anything with the subtitles in English, maybe the series is too difficult. If you don't understand anything, even with the subtitles in English, maybe you should change to a children's program, film or series. There are so many children's movies that you can watch, like Shrek or Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo, even Toy Story. The vocabulary that they use in those movies is a lot easier, so you will probably understand it better. Another question that people ask is how they can understand cultural references in the series. For example, the other day I was watching Friends. Friends was a popular series in the 90s, and it was first filmed 30 years ago, and it was filmed in the United States. So when I'm watching Friends, there are many references that I don't get. I don't understand them, because I wasn't even born when it was filmed. So if you don't understand cultural references, I don't think it matters. Normally, cultural references are used for jokes, but it doesn't mean that you won't understand what is happening in the episode. When I was learning another language, and I watched a series to improve my level in that language, I always kept a notebook next to me. I didn't write down every single word that I didn't understand, but if there was a word that kept coming up and I saw it 4 times in that episode and I didn't understand what it was, then I wrote it down and looked it up later or the following day when I was studying. So it might be a good idea to write some words down, but remember to make sure that watching the series doesn't become a chore or something boring that you don't want to do. Some people ask if it's a good idea to rewatch episode or whether they should always watch something new. I think that this depends on each person and their patience. If you have a lot of patience and you don't mind watching the same episode over and over, then that's fine. If it works for you, then it's good. What I used to do was I used to play a few episodes and watch them, and then later on, while I was cleaning or doing something else, I used to leave the episodes playing in the background so I could listen to what they were saying, and I kind of knew what was happening at that moment in the episode anyway. And the last question we are going to answer today is whether you should watch series with British accents or American accents. I think that it's good to get used to both. I have a British accent, but the series that I normally watch are with an American accent because most of the films are American, aren't they? If you are starting to learn English, then start with the accent that is the easiest for you, and then later on you can go with the other one. So if you think that the American accent is easier, start with an American show until you improve your level, and then you can go with a British one. I really hope that this video has helped. I know it's quite controversial and people have different opinions, so let me know what you think. You can send me your opinion in the comment section and I will reply. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.